My first contact with men in the H blocks was, I think, I can't be precise, but 77, 78 time. I went in to visit the officer commanding of Republican prisoners in the H blocks, and he asked me would I consider writing a song about the blanket protest. Subsequently to that, I wrote 90 Miles to Dublin Town and recorded it. After that, I produced and released an album called H Block, and subsequent to that then did various gigs around the country, north and south, in support of the struggle in the prisons. Did a lot of gigs for prisoners' dependents and with Tom Cahill. In 1983, I was doing a series of gigs with TC, and one night I was playing in Derry, and after the concert in Derry I was staying with Bertie and Olive Barrett. I used to stay with the Barretts for any gigs in Derry, and that night I met an ex-POW called Shamie Ferguson, and Shamie sang this song to me and delivered this song to me, which was called Back Home in Derry. So that's the first time I came across that. It was in June 1983, and then the following night I was doing another gig in Ballad, and that night I met up with Colin Scullion, and he gave me the Ballad of Mickey McElhatton. So on successive nights in June 1983 I got both those Bobby Sands songs, and subsequently I recorded both of them on what was to become perhaps my most popular album ever, an album called Ride On, which included 2 Bobby Sands songs. I always like to say that I included those songs not because they were Bobby Sands songs, but because I felt they were very, very good songs. I think the writing, particularly in McElhatton, is, to my ear, is very, very poetic. That same night when I met Scullion in Ballad, he shouted up from the audience, would I sing Tim Evans, the Ballad of Tim Evans? And afterwards I got talking with him, and I asked him where had he heard Tim Evans, and he said that Bobby used to sing it. Colin Scullion spent a lot of time with Bobby in the blocks, and told me lots about Bobby Sands, including the fact that as a young lad he'd gone to hear Planxty and was very into Planxty music, was also aware of the songs of Ewan MacColl and Woody Guthrie. So another little aside to that was the song Back Home in Derry uses the melody of a Gordon Lightfoot song called The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. And interestingly enough, some years later, I gather Gordon Lightfoot was asked what did he think of the air of his song being used for Back Home in Derry by Bobby Sands. And what I heard was Gordon Lightfoot responded by saying, I always felt that was an old Irish tune, which I thought was a lovely response. So along the way I got to know Bobby's family. On numerous occasions I've got to meet his son, and indeed to sing to his son. And last year I had the pleasure of singing to his granddaughter when she came to a concert across the water, and it was wonderful to sing his songs to his son and to his granddaughter at different times. So before I pass you over to Colin Scullion, who's coming on here after me, Colin suggested that I sing the Ballad of Tim Evans as Bobby himself used to sing it. Tim Evans was a prisoner down in his prison cell. Those that read about his crime condemned his soul to hell. And go down, you murderer, go down. killing of his own dear wife and the murder of his child. The jury found him guilty and the hanging judge smiled. Go down, you murderer, go down. The screws came to his cell and they hammered on his door. Get up, you dirty murderer, the screws at him did roar. Go down, you murderer, go down. Tim Evans walked around the yard and the screws they walked behind. He saw the sky above the wall, knew no peace of mind. Go down, you murderer, go down. And the governor came to his cell with the chaplain by his side, saying your appeal has been turned down, prepare yourself to die. Go down, you murderer, go down. They took Tim Evans to the place where the hangman did prepare. Tied the knot behind his ear, oh, they tied the rope around his neck with the knot behind his ear. Go down, you murderer, go down. 1,000 legs were screaming, they were banging on their doors. Tim Evans couldn't hear them, he was dead forevermore. Go down, you murderer, go down. They sent Tim Evans to the drop for a crime he did not do. The doctor who was the murderer, the judge and the jury too. Go down, you murderers, go down. Go down, you murderers, go down. Over to you, Scullin. Don't be telling any lies.